Mr. Como, let's stay with that thought. Someone made a presentation to the U.S. Senate. Let me see if I can find that name, the exact name. A Ms. Friend made a presentation to the U.S. Senate and said, security forces have so diminished in capability that they are currently afraid to even engage Boko Haram. That's what she told the U.S. Senate. It says that the corruption in the Nigerian security machinery is as it is in the political system, from the top to the bottom. Would that affect, Shewa asked the question, would that affect the search for these guys?
Well, I think the statement by Ms. Friends is, a typical the stereotype that the West has of Nigeria.
Right.
And they are always very uncharitable in their comments. They consider that all Nigerians are corrupt. And well, now they've extended it to our military, that the military is also corrupt and all that. And so they're just very uncharitable statements. They are not substantiated. They are not backed by any evidence.
But the evidence of the, foot soldiers shooting into the air in front of their commanding officer.
That's no evidence. The people were just upset that there were loss of lives. Anybody's entitled. It was an emotional response to the situation, and anybody's entitled to an emotional outburst. Now, perhaps that means they need better training, because as disciplined officers, they probably should not have engaged in that conduct, and that's why they're going to be tried or at least sanctioned for their misconduct. So that's no evidence that there's corruption in the Nigerian military.
Is no evidence at all, or is not evidence, not enough evidence?
There's no evidence. Look, you are in a tactical environment. You are in a theater. You walked into an ambush. Unless let's not get into ambush theory here. You walk into an ambush. It depends on the design of that ambush. For you to get out, you got to be extremely lucky. I've been ambushed. I was ambushed recently in October. So I know what it is when you walk into an ambush. So we walk into an ambush in a tactical encounter, in a projectile encounter. You really don't know how it's going to pay off. The odds are always in the favor of the guy who is, who mounted the ambush and the kind of firepower they are bringing in.
What if you have better firepower than the person that mounted the ambush?
It doesn't matter, because they put you where they want you.
That's right.
They put a plug in, and then they put you in a kill zone. And when they take those shots, man, like I said, it's only luck. And perhaps, if you like, grace of God, that you can get out of there. So let's not make it about the tactics. The point is, anybody can be ambushed. And I told you, I gave my personal example. Anybody can be ambushed. And I was ambushed recently. And you walk in there, the initiative is with the ambusher. So what I'm saying is, something happened. We took casualties. We've been taking casualties all along since this thing started in 2009. We've been taking casualties. We took casualties, and the people were upset that, look, this casualty, this perhaps they thought,
too much.
Yes, too much, or maybe it could have been avoidable or whatever. And but you see, but the kind of reaction, I think those soldiers were really very indisciplined, because that reaction, again, plays into the hands of our foreign detractors, who are saying now that, they don't even have the will to fight. That's not true. Not the Nigerian soldiers I know. Never been a soldier, but I know our troops. They are very well disciplined. At least I've been in that Jaji. I know the kind of people I see there. I know the kind of people I give lectures to there. They are disciplined. They are serious. They are professional. So they do not, it does not portray the kind of, picture that's being painted here. So no, I do not agree that the corruption, the so-called corruption in the whole of Nigeria, there are still a lot of not so corrupt people here. Yes, some people are giving us bad names because their corruption is well publicized and so on. And then certainly in the military, I think that is one institution that we still have to agree is still working well, unless you're not close to the military. The military is still working the way it's supposed to be. It doesn't work like the rest of the country, really, like some other agencies.
Okay,
I think that's my take on it. That,
well, if you could just just hold the thought.
The corruption is not an issue here. It has nothing to do with it. The point is, I think we have to understand that despite the emotional content, that we got to find those people where they are, wherever they are being held.
All right, just hold your thoughts.
And then we got to rescue them.
Let's take this call from Owerri. Hello, Ralph.
Yeah.
Could you please just lower the volume of your TV set so we can hear you well?
Yeah, good morning.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Nelt and friends. I've been following the argument of my friend on the right. Is it the retired captain? The man on the left? Is it your left? Let me check. Your left or right flank?
My left.
That's your captain, whoever there.
Omar.
I don't know why. Yes, that gentleman there. I don't know why Nigeria has not invited that young man to get his expertise. I've lived in the U.S. for more than 15 years. I've worked with several firms and security, whatever. We need this guy. We need his intelligence. I'm not trying to say that I don't know him from Adam. I'm sure he doesn't know me. I've listened to him with Chamberlain and Co. I've seen his level of reasoning and contributions. Even the worst demon in Nigeria would tell you, I'm not talking about God now, that what happened among the soldiers, they are sabotage. That people are sabotaging this. Let me tell you, a lot of people are feeding from this insecurity in Nigeria. A lot of people are feeding. It's as simple as create insecurity, more money comes. Jonathan, our president, with due respect to me, if you want things to work, should look into our security and find out what is going on. The synergy between the state government and the federal, this whole thing is still being politicized. If you notice, when this brings back our girls campaign started, they had motives, they had focus. As I speak to you now, even the bring back campaign has been politicized. If you notice, more people are no longer coming out because it's not a function of let's attack Jonathan. Until you realize that even in the United States of America, when there is external aggression, you don't hear of Democrats or Republicans. They face their common enemy. Nigerians have been told before now that we may not survive 2015. And people who have their children and work in America, Africa, whatever, are still the people that are destroying this nation calmly. And we're politicizing about it. Today, everybody is a security expert. Everybody is a consultant. Nothing is happening. The soldiers themselves have been infiltrated. That's why I say you should listen to that guy. Let's face reality. Something is going on. These soldiers, I know in military, when you talk about discipline, no soldier can even stand, not to talk of look up upon his commander. For a soldier to shoot his commander shows that this would have been bottled emotion. This would have been frustration that has been backed for several years. And we are not doing well. That's what I'm saying. If we play it and say, okay, he's in discipline, casualty. Which casualty? Soldiers take casualty. They're not predating casualty, not planned casualty, not sabotage casualty. So, stand up. I'm very happy that yesterday, vigilantes are not the ones that are even doing the job. So more Nigerians should stand up and speak up and get into the nitty-gritty of this thing. It has gone of APC and PDP. And let me warn, if anybody thinks that 2015, that what will get vote for him or her is by allowing the blood of innocent Nigerians to be spilled in the streets of Maiduguri, Lagos or Abuja, they are wasting their time. Our eyes are opened. We're watching carefully who is helping both the terrorists and whatever. And Nigerians will speak with their votes.